Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to give some more information about the Salesforce Data Cloud interview questions. Like what are the questions basically asked by the interviewer in the interview while you are giving the interview about the data cloud, Salesforce Data Cloud. Okay. So the first question the interviewer asked about that what is data space? So as you have seen in my previous video, I have been already explained about data space. Data space is nothing but that is a container where we can store the data. Okay, like it is something like we can say a library. I have given the example of library where you can save the books of different classes, different writers, different categories. So data space is space, or we can say container where we can store the data. Okay, now we come to the what is the data stream. So data stream is nothing but like the various source, or we can say the various ways we can ingest the data into the Salesforce. That means we can load the data into the Salesforce. That are called the data streams. Like we can integrate the data from the third party. We can load the data from third party, like Amazon S3. Then we can use data loader. We can use like CRM, like inbuilt CRM, like Service Cloud, Sales Cloud, Commerce Cloud. So there's lots of ways we can load the data in the data cloud. That is called a data stream. Then what is DLO? DLO is nothing but a data lake object. So data lake object is nothing but in the data cloud, whenever you load the data, so by default it will create some of the data lake object. Okay, like with the help like the field we have given, it will be creating a field, and it will create the what's called the record for that. It will load the field as well the record in the data lake object that is used by the data cloud. So okay, we can take it example as like we can say in Excel sheet we have a like header, we have given the column name that is called a field, and then the record that you have been inserted in the Excel rows, that is called the record. So whenever you load this Excel sheet in the what do you call in the data cloud, then whatever the name you have given in the Excel, the same name will be taken as a we can say uh, data table, okay, can data lake object, or you can select also like where you want to load the data. So that is called a data lake object. Now what is the DMO? So DMO is nothing but that is called data model object. So once you load the data in the data lake object, now you have to map the data lake object to the data model object. That means you have been loaded data in the Salesforce, but you do not have use of that data until unless you are going to map that data lake object to the data model object. So basically, whenever we are using data from the data model, like we can have like a standard object as well the custom object. So based on that, you can like you have a let's suppose I have a like salary as a we can say take example data lake object. Okay, so salary will be contained like employee ID, department, and then we can say person name, or we can say payment cycle. Okay, so this is like a data lake object where entire information has been loaded in the data cloud. Now you have to filter the data using data model object. So like in the salary with data model object will be like we can say like employee detail, then salary detail, then cycle detail, and then department. So all these are the four tables will be having in the data model object, where we are mapping this data lake object to the data model object. Like suppose in the employee detail, you are going to map the employee ID from the data lake object to data model object of employee detail. Then from this in the salary of the data model object, you are going to map the salary ID, we can say pay cycle ID from this data lake object to data model object. So this is nothing but mapping, like how where you are going to store the data in the CRM application. So now what is segmentation data cloud? Segmentation is nothing but segmentation of the data. That means we can categorize the data based on different demographic, or we can say different ways. The way we can target different segment of customers, like demographic are there, behaviorals are there, engagement are there. So we can segment the data. Okay, this data belong for this demographic, for this engagement, or for this category. So segmentation means like we are going to categorize the data. Now what is the calculated insight and streaming insight? So you know that this calculator inside means nothing but whenever you are loading the data in the data cloud, that is are the historical data. That means the old data once you load in the data cloud, that is called the calculator insight. But whenever like when data is coming from the marketing or commerce cloud, whenever the record get created in the commerce cloud or marketing cloud, directly flows to the data cloud. So that is called the streaming insight. That means live data, you can say. So whenever data is following from any of the sources, whenever any action is happening in the another system and same data is coming to this data cloud, then that is called the streaming insight. That means live data. So yeah, that's all for today. I'll be keep posting the interview questions related to the data cloud. And thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and like the video.